Spielberg is literally that meme, old man yells at clouds. Because apparently him and Netflix, they're going at it, and Spielberg is wrong. So Spielberg is trying to defend that Netflix and streaming movies that don't go to theaters, aren't real movies. And that's his stance on it. And honestly, this is one of the most bogus BS stances ever. If you follow films, it's hard to get a film picked up and go to theaters. And when a studio is limited to 12 to 15 films a year, what do you think is going to get picked up a lot easier? The next superhero blockbuster, the next reboot of a familiar name, or a next attempt to make a sequel, or something original that nobody wants to pick up? And of course, Spielberg himself, he's Spielberg. He goes out there, he can name something, and a studio is willing to look at it more than somebody else because he's Spielberg. You don't want to build up a bad reputation and relationship with him, right? So you're not going to turn down Spielberg and be like, look, we don't want to look at that. You're going to have to look at it and, possibly give him a few bones here and there, which is what they did with a bunch of his movies. But he's arguing against Netflix and saying they're not real cinema. Well, look, I didn't particularly like it, but the movie Bright by, Ayer and Will Smith, that never would have gotten picked up by a major outlet. But Netflix picked it up. You look at Bird Box, right? Those are legit films. Sure, one is not great, the other one's far better, but you see what I'm getting at here. Just because you're not going to the big screen and playing your movie for millions of people to see and buy your ticket doesn't make your movie any less, right? Spielberg can literally walk in to anywhere and be like, I want to make a movie about a chimpanzee who plays video games. I need $100 million. And Paramount's like, okay, well, here's $100 million. Go make your chimpanzee movie. Some guy walks in there, for example, any of the dudes that make movies for A24. Imagine if they walked up to, Warner Brothers with a script like Hereditary and they put it down. The guy already just looks at it and goes, yeah, we're going to make another Batman in a couple years, so why don't you go take a hike, dude? See, there's smaller studios that are allowing for 1 to 2 original films a year, like A24. But then there's the big guys who aren't going to give you a chance. That's why Netflix and Hulu and Amazon are doing original movies. Because they need to. They're giving chances to smaller guys. Spielberg is not a small guy. He's top of the, food chain. But he's dead wrong.